It's Eric's arch nemesis, the tower fan. Anyway, this has a good reason why it's in the collection. Actually, 2 reasons. 1, it's a childhood fan, and 2, it needed to be cleaned and serviced because the oscillator motor decided to give up the ghost. Now, this was something my aunt bought back at the Walmart mid-2000s, I'm guessing around 2005, 2004, 2003. This thing's probably about as old as me. So this thing has been used and abused. The space on it's cracked. The grill's barely being held on. And the little plastic thing that covers the display, that thing kept falling off, and I'm so happy I have it. The remote's long gone. She thought she had it, but she believes she threw it away, which is a shame, because I don't know I never recall seeing a remote for it, but I knew she had one, and yeah. But anyway, this thing is so beaten up. It needed a full service. This thing was clogged with dog hair. I think I cleaned it a long time ago because I have a... Yeah, I cleaned it back in 2017 because inside of this fan, I have a date saying it was cleaned and serviced in 2017, which that was a good bit ago. So, and that was before she moved to the house that she's living at now. So, yeah. It's a very cheap fan. This is one finger. Just hear the very, very cheap sounding plastic, which just makes all sorts of creaking noises. But this fan has some interesting features. We'll turn it on. Should be low. Let's try this again. I'm not sure if you noticed there, but the first interesting and very gimmicky feature is that when I turned this thing on to low, it went to high speed and down to low quickly. Disregard the first time I turned it on and it went to high, but after that, I find that interesting. It kind of reminds me of the Casablanca and Teletouch ceiling fans in a way. But I find that feature in a portable fan, especially a tower fan, very, very fascinating. One of my favorite things about this fan is all of its gimmicky features. I always find things like that very charming on fans. Except most like a fan with a separate clock motor that runs the oscillator. I don't know why, but I always liked fans like that had all these like extra gimmicky features. And some of these higher end tower fans, they had a lot of those. They had like a built-in ionizer, a breeze mode, a timer that could be very long, and LED lights. Wow. Yeah, all of them is totally unnecessary. They could have gotten away with a freeway push-button control and another push-button for the oscillator, but yeah. As you can tell, we have an annoying LED light, but this one's red. It's not that annoying bright blue color. I can think of a modern tower fan, which I can't remember what brand it was. I think it was Easy Home, that had a set of very bright blue LEDs on it, and that was just annoying. This, oh yeah, and that fan you can turn them off. This one, I believe these have a sleep button on the remote, and you can press that, and it cuts off power to the LEDs. I think you can do it from here, but I tried, and it was being picky with me. But anyway, here's low, medium. And I will say on low speed, this thing is dead silent, and it still pushes a good bit of a breeze. On the other side of the room, all the way over by where the microwave is, which is about 10 to 15 feet away, there are papers blowing in the wind from this thing only on medium speed. It wasn't doing it on low speed, but it's doing it on medium. And in high. In high speed, this thing actually does do a pretty good job circulating the air. One issue is this thing will probably not really get used in this house because of the airflow. It may go back to my aunt's house, it may stay here, I don't know. And even if it stays here, it's no big deal because this thing's not that big. But still, I don't want extra fans around here. But I also don't want this thing to get thrown away. Let's go back to low speed and we can show off some of these weird features. Actually, we'll show off the breeze mode. Breeze mode is very gimmicky feature. It just cycles through all the speeds and the fan to make it feel like a natural breeze. Which I'm standing over here, and I can feel it, and it kind of does feel like a natural breeze, but it really doesn't, and it's very gimmicky. As you can tell, the torque from the fan stopping and turning is making the whole tower literally shake because the oscillator's damaged. And I'm not sure if you saw it torque a bit and kind of like twist. But yeah, and also it's obviously, you can hear the motor and the fan blades speed up to cycle with it. And this mode is totally very, very useless on this fan. For that reason, you can just saw it there. It went back up to high speed at torque. There's another breeze mode, which is night breeze mode, which I believe does it, but more smoother or for longer periods of time. And for some reason, the LED for that feature, it's like all messed up, and it's all the way up in the top corner, not where it's supposed to be seated. And it was like that for as long as I could remember. And it's so weird. This thing is just such a cheap fan, but I like it. I grew up with a lot of very cheap and cheesy stuff, so I really enjoy very cheap and cheesy electronics like this. And you can see it's working. We'll turn it off and leave it on high. We'll run our fan blade down to low. Now we have an oscillator, which literally does nothing. All you can hear is a bunch of buzzing and grinding noises in the bass. Now it doesn't sound pleasant at all, so we'll leave it off. It has a remote storage, so you push this down and your remote fits in here, which I guess is good. You have a timer. So this is free now. No, it's a half hour, 1 hour, 2 hour. Well, there's a 2 hour and a 4 hour, and you can do different time combinations. I think the longest you can go to. I forgot how some features. I don't feel like doing math right now, and you literally have to do math to figure this out. I'll try to get as many. We'll try to get as many LEDs to go up on the display as possible, and then I'll turn off some lights in here so you can see the LEDs. And here's the creepy red LEDs, which I don't know why, but I absolutely love how that looks. And we can turn off the timer, and you just see two. I remember which button it is. It looks like there's two red eyes staring at you at night. And honestly, if this breeze mode was not this annoying, I would sleep with those two red LEDs on, because I think it looks very, very creepy. The Halloween fan. I get a kick out of these weird gimmicky features. I wish they would have had another interesting gimmicky feature they could have added to this was a night light, where you pressed another button and a small little like incandescent bulb located underneath the set of LEDs came on. That would be pretty interesting. But still, this is probably one of my favorite childhood fans. So creepy. Thank you very much for watching. Keep the breeze. I'm not going to show spin down time because it's a freaking tower fan. It doesn't have a spin down time. Well, it does, but what's the point of that?